Welcome to 12 students. On this video we're going to talk about the dissolve and the add geometry tools. So when you are done processing all of your layers and you have combined them, you're going to have an output that's going to look kind of like this. It's going to be a bunch of little polygons that are like right next to each other and they look kind of funny. You're in the project they're asking you to find areas that are bigger than 10 hectares. So that is something that we're gonna explain how to do right now. Sometimes it's a little tricky because, like, if you look at these little squares over here, maybe this one over here is smaller than 10 hectares and this one over here is also smaller than 10 hectares, so they don't qualify for cutting. But this one is actually right next to this other one, and if we add them together, they probably are bigger than 10 hectares. So what we need to do is that we need to dissolve all these little polygons that are right next to each other so we can like calculate the area, the total area of those places. So to do so, you're gonna go again to your tools and you're gonna you're gonna look for dissolve, and it's right there. So we click on dissolve. We're gonna have this as our input layer, and then you can name it whatever you want to name it, and we're just gonna leave it as it is, but make sure you uncheck this create multi-part features, because if you leave it checked, it's gonna create one big polygon for all these things, and you don't want that. You just want things that are right next to each other to be combined. So let's click on that and then click run. And it's running. Perfect. So now we have our new layer that is all those little ones combined, and if I open my attribute table, you can see that I have a field for every one of my little squares. Right here already you have like the area of the place and the length of the area of the polygon, the length of the polygon, but we need this in hectares. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna go back to the geoprocessing tab and go to add geometry attributes, and then your input is gonna be the polygons dissolved, and you're gonna choose the geometry property that you want, and you want geodesic area. And then you don't have to do anything on the length units because we're not looking for length, but we are looking for area. So we want hectares, and then you're just gonna run it, and you're not gonna get a new layer out of this one. You're just gonna get a new field. So if you look on our table over here, now we have a new field, and these field, the area geo, that's your area in hectares. So the next thing that you need to do is to figure out and only select those that are bigger than 10 hectares.